Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome to the channel. I am just some guy, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. Um, so earlier today, I found this new thing that they rolled out into ChatGPT. And so, for those of you who follow the channel, recently, well, starting about I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, I started trying to learn programming because I picked up some projects at work that had to do with rolling out a React front end and a bunch of other stuff. And so while I was kind of stumbling through that and not really knowing what I was doing, one of the things that I would utilize quite a bit is I'd take like GitHub repos or something like that that had like a project that I thought was kind of cool, and then I'd throw it into like VS Code, and then I would go, "Oh, this is pretty neat," but I don't really understand how any of this works. So what I would do is, well, I would go through it with like Claude Code, and I thought Claude Code was real cool, and I've there's there's a stigma about like vibe coders, right? Like I've talked to a couple people. I have like some coding friends. Shout out Zimp, who has to deal with like a handful of people that just slap stuff into you know chat gpt and then calls it a day. But what I've been using it for is I have been using it for like sections of code to just explain it to me. Like I want to know why a thing does what it does, right? And so that's one of the big things that I've been using it for. Like, I guess it's like reverse vibe coding. Like, I have been trying to utilize the LLMs as teachers to explain things to me and then like try to build it. And one of the things that I'm doing is there's a couple of projects that I've been playing around with. It's like some personal assistant. I've been talking about wanting to do like an AI, like a full blown like AI personal assistant ever since I started playing around with like N8N. And so playing around with like N8N, I learned like JSON formatting, which is funny because my name is Jason. And so whenever I would start like coding stuff, like my brain went to like JSON, and then it would like my thing wouldn't work, and I'd be like, oh well, it's because I put .json instead of .json. But so I've really not been like I'm like a boat without a rudder, right? And a lot of the stuff that I coded, so like I made a React front end for a chat bot, and that was a little bit of like Frankensteining a couple projects together, and then watching a whole bunch of like videos of people building similar stuff, and it's not good. It's a big mess. And like one of the things that I really need to do is like I need to be able to come back through and like fix it and make it better. But a lot of this is the roundabout way to say that ChatGPT recently put out this interesting thing called Study and Learn. And so I found it because I was watching some videos today while I was on the treadmill working out. And this is like ChatGPT's new way to like not it doesn't just give you the answers. So like what we're gonna do is I want to learn Python. I am a new programmer, so let's start from the basics. I would like to focus on projects because I learn better by doing and having it explained to me. I want to focus on projects that focus on projects and a learning path that I want to focus on. Oh, hold on. Let's rename. Let's reword it this way. I always have I always like my prompts and stuff like that. I always like, yeah. I want to have a learning path that focuses on AI, machine learning, and automation. Okay. No, not dictate, but we will allow. Where's my you studying? Where's my audio output? I don't have audio output. Regenerate. I messed it up. Oh, it's up here now. I see. I see. No, we don't want to switch model. Sorry, interrupted you. Let's interrupted. 2 R's. What were you going to say? Okay, so
You're totally good. Actually, that was a natural pause. I just wanted to check how new we're starting so I don't skip anything.
oh,
But here's what I was about to continue with.
Okay.
Once we finish the task list CLI app, the path will look something like this. Beginner to AI learning path, project-based. 1. Task list CLI app. Learn core Python, done in the terminal. 2. Automated daily journal.
Okay.
Learn file handling and basic logic. 3. Databot, web scraper. Learn how to automate tasks with Python scripts. 4. Mini chatbot, no AI yet. Learn classes, functions, and dictionaries. 5. Data visualizer. Learn pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib. This leads us into ML. 6.
All right.
AI Assistant v.1. Learn APIs, automation, and start using AI models like OpenAI's or Hugging Faces. 7. ML models from scratch. Build and train simple models with scikit-learn. We'll do one small project at a time, each one teaching you just the next thing you need.
All right.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Can you tell me, have you written any Python code before? Do you have Python installed and ready to run code? Once I know that, I'll walk you through your first few lines by hand.
I have written some Python code in the past, and I have a very loose understanding of it. But let's start from the ground up and build our Python castle on solid ground. I do have Python installed as well as Visual Code.
Perfect. Love the castle on solid ground mindset. Since you've got Python and VS Code ready and you're cool starting from scratch, here's the first brick. Project 1, Task List CLI app, aka your command line to-do list. We're gonna 1. Take user input, 2. Store tasks in a list, 3. Print the tasks, 4. Loop it until the user quits. Later, we'll add saving to a file and maybe automation, like reminders or auto cleanup.
Okay.
Step 1. Set up the project. 1. In VS Code, create a folder called task list. 2. Inside that, make a file called main.py. Open it. Ready to write your first few lines? Here's my first challenge for you. Open quote. Can you write a Python program that prints this message to the terminal? Welcome to your task list. Close quote. Type it into main.py. Run it, and tell me what happens. I'll wait.
All right, hold on. we're going to do this. So Explorer, we need a new... We just do a new folder. New folder. Okay, hold on. I'm going to create a folder. Let's go to projects. Folder is going to be task lists. Okay, so we're going to make a folder called task lists. Then I am going to projects, task lists. Select folder. Okay, so inside here, we're going to make a file. All right, that file is going to be called main.py. Once we're in here, you write a Python program that prints this message to the terminal. Welcome to your task list. Print equals welcome to your task list. Is that right? Do we just print? And then we save this? I will update you later. Control S. We're saving it. Where's my terminal? Show terminal. New terminal. Run main.py. How do I output it? How let's see. I put this in the file, or in the file. How do I run this? Oh, okay, so we had to put it in. Oh, okay, yeah, because commas, because those. So print. Boom. Okay. I do like how visual code changes colors. Alright, so we're gonna save this. Terminal. In terminal, Python main.py. Syntax error. Did you forget a comma? Oh, do I have to put the quote marks in the inside? Man, see, this is why welcome to your task list. Why is it not green up here? Is that okay, so welcome to your task list. Let's put a little exclamation point here because that's what it's like in the thing. Okay. Okay, I did. It did run. And it output what we said. Welcome to your task list.
Yes, nice one, Jason. That's your first brick in the castle. All right, now let's let the user add a task.
Okay.
Hash step 2. Take input from the user. Here's your next challenge. Open quote. Can you write a line of code that asks the user, what task would you like to add? And then saves their answer into a variable called task. Close quote. Hint, use the input function. Try writing that under your print line and show me what you've got.
Okay, so this, under the print, we're going to do input, input. What task would you like to add? I like that it literally just... wait, how does it know that? Wait, how did it know what I was gonna... Okay. Well, we don't want a task added successfully. So we come down, and then, so task equals input. This is kind of cheating, isn't it? Or wait, do we do task equals input and then... I kind of like that this is here, but also at the same time, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be putting down here. So let's get rid of this, because we need to make sure that task equals our input, right? And then we need to do something with the task afterwards. Task equals input. What task would you like to add? And then we come down, and then we're going to do print task. We don't want to do your task has been added, so we're going to do this, right? So let's save this, and then we come down here, and then what task would you like to add? Learn Python. Okay, and then so that that output that there. So we just need, that's what we needed, right? Then saves the answer to a variable called task. So task now is learn Python. Okay, let me show you what I got. Here is my code.
Beautiful. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd write. And notice this. That last line, print task, acts like a confirmation. It echoes what the user typed. So you now have output with print, input with input, variables to store stuff. Let's test what you've got. 1, run the script. 2, type something like do laundry. 3,
Yo, I already
see what
did
it prints
that.
back. Let me ask, did that work the way you expected? Do you want to try saving multiple tasks next, maybe using a list?
It did work the way I expected. And yes, let's add multiple tasks. Quick mini lesson. What is a list in Python? A list is a hold on, I'll just make you tell me. Reading, that's for people who aren't lazy.
You're ready for your first list. Quick mini lesson. What's a list in Python? A list is like a container that holds a bunch of things. You can add to it, loop through it, and pull things out by their position. Example, you can see the code in our conversation history. That creates an empty list called tasks. Your next challenge. Let's let the user add 3 tasks and store them all in a list. Here's a starting structure. Try filling in the blanks. You can see the code in our conversation history. Try completing that code, run it, and then tell me, what shows up in the terminal after you enter all 3 tasks? Anything you want to change about the behavior?
Tasks equals task 1. Oh, hold on. I get it here. Okay, so we will copy this. So if we want to add multiple tasks, let's go here. This needs to be task 1, Task 2, task 3. Boom. So then that would be right there. Yeah, because you're doing a comma delimited list. Okay, so then we go here. Wait, hold on. Task 1 is not defined. Do we put tasks afterwards? Oh, hold on. So tasks is up here. That's an empty list. Use tasks, append task 1. Do we need to do those separate, or can we put these in commas in here? Task 2, task 3. Okay. So let's do it that way. Okay, what's your first task? Learn Python. Create Rocco's basilisk. Seduce it. Let's see. In model task append. Name task is not defined. Did you mean tasks? Yes, I did mean tasks, actually. Ah, see, you know what I should have realized was this was not blue. Like tasks up here. So let's save that again. Make sure I check the color of tasks. Create AI VTuber. Have it take over the world. Type error. Lists append takes exactly 1 argument, 3 given. So do we have to do the way that it was? So s append. No, hold on. Task 1. Can't use tasks append dot inside. That's the hint. How do we do this? Okay. Task 1 input, task 2 input. Task 1, task 2, task 3. Did I not list take? Okay, so do we do this? Is that how we're supposed to do it? Because I would feel like you could just put all of those in the same one. Learn how to code lists. Don't mess them up. Maybe go to sleep at a reasonable time. Here are your tasks. Don't mess up. Maybe go to sleep at a reasonable time. Okay, so I have the list there, but I don't like the way that that's formatted. Okay, hold on. Let me see. So this is the code, but I don't like the output. Technically it works, but the list output looks like a Python object. Item 1, item 2 instead of a nice human-friendly list. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Use a for loop to print the task list one by one. Wait, did you even tell me about for lists? You didn't even tell me about for lists. Okay. Print here are your tasks. For tasks in task, so for tasks in tasks, print I don't know what we did here, but we'll get keyboard interrupt. Keyboard interrupt. How do I get out of whatever this is? Exit. There we go. Python. Create AI girlfriend. Get called a clanker lover. Here are your tasks. Learn Python, create AI girlfriend, get called clanker lover. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna. I would like to add numbers to that next. By the way, when you give me a task, explain what is needed for that task, because I don't know what I don't know, so be a teacher. All right.
You got it, Jason. I'll guide you like a teacher from here on out. Since you don't know what you don't know yet, I'll always explain why we're doing something and what tools you need to do it. To add numbers in a list output, we need to use something called enumerate. Mini lesson. Enumerate. Normally, when you loop through a list like this, you can see the code in our conversation history. You just get the task itself. But if you want the position, like 1, 2, 3, you can use enumerate like this. You can see the code in our conversation history, but Python starts counting at 0. To make it start at 1, you add start equals 1. You can see the code in our conversation history.
That's why arrays start at 0.
Attach to your task. 1, replace your for loop with one that uses enumerate. Print each task with a number before it, like 1. Learn how to code lists, try it now. Then tell me, did the numbers show up as expected? Want to let the user choose how many tasks to add next?
So we put enumerate here, ask start 1, and then print tasks. So we save this. I guess I can hold on, can I get rid of this Copilot window? There we go. I think I'm going to split these windows next time we do this, because I'd like to have... Oh, we didn't do for index task. Okay. For index... task in enumerate task start 1. Task 1, task 2, take over the world. That does not look the way that I want it. Oh, because we didn't do F index tasks. It would probably help if I actually just read what it was instead of see this is one of the problems that I run into. But Python starts counting to 0. Okay, so we do print F curly braces index. And you know, we're gonna have successfully added our task. And then we will save. Task 1, task 2, blank. You successfully added your tasks. Okay. Can you break down and explain this for me? Oh, okay. That was quite literally what I was looking for anyways.
Absolutely. Let's slow it down and build it up brick by brick. We're looking at this line. You can see the code in our conversation history.
Yep.
Let's break it down. Check for index, task and enumerate tasks start equal 1 for in. This is a loop. It means do something for each item in this list. Enumerate tasks start equal 1. Enumerate is a built-in tool in Python that goes through each item in your list, tasks. Also gives you the index or position of each item. Start equals 1 means it starts counting from 1 instead of 0.
Yep.
So instead of just giving you the task, it gives you a pair. 1, learn how to code lists. 2, don't mess them up, etc. Shack index task. This is Python's way of saying, open quote, unpack that pair into 2 variables, close quote. So index is the number, like 1, 2, 3. Task is the string, like learn how to code lists. Print F index task. This is called an F string. It's a way to insert variables into a string. So if minus index equals 1, task equals learn how to code lists, then you can see the code in our conversation becomes. You can see the code in our conversation history. Hash summary. This loop goes through your tasks with numbers and prints each one in a clean, human-readable way. Would you like to try writing it out and running it yourself now? I'll check your version after.
Yes, I already did that, but I'll show it to you anyways. Can you answer these 2 mini questions to lock it in? Why did we use start and then enumerate? We use start equals 1 because Python starts at 0 when doing arrays. What would happen if we forgot to use append and just wrote tasks equal task 1, 2, and 3? If we forgot append, it would give us a syntax error because I got one when I forgot to add that in practice. You're 90% of the way there. Oh. Wait, hold on. What would happen if we forgot to use append and just wrote tasks equals task 1, 2, and 3? Really? I thought that it broke when I did that. Tasks. Hold on, let's change this. Tasks equals task 1, task 2, task 3. I'll comment these out. Save. Task 1, task 2, task 3. I'll comment this out. Oh, I guess, hold on. So, what did I just do? Get out of here. That. We don't need an index. Here are your tasks. So you didn't even give me anything. I also didn't put it in these brackets either. Hold on. What is the difference between using this and this? That's not the right one. Square brackets equals lists. Use it to store multiple items that can change. You can add them to append, remove them, update them, etc. You access items like task, do laundry. You change them. Task 1, write code. Parentheses depends on the context. So those are function calls. Tuples. Tuples? The fuck is that? Oh, info. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Let's do a quiz. Which of these creates a list of grocery items? B. B, because it uses, which is used for lists. What does this code print? Numbers equals 10, 20, and 30. This would give us numbers 1. It would be, would it be 20? B, because 10 would be in the 0 spot. Hey, there we go. Let's go. All right. We're learning, baby. Okay, what will this print? Defined greet. Return hello. Print greet. I don't know. Hold on, we can find out. Function greet at, so C. see, because I ran it, and that is what I got. That's a hands-on mindset. All right. You're not calling the function, you're just printing the function object itself. So Python prints something like, yeah, that's what we got. That's a memory address showing the greet is a thing that exists, but you haven't used it yet. Nope. I think we will end here for today. I will be back tomorrow to pick up where we left off. All right, and with that, we're going to end this video. So I will be doing more Python learning through ChatGPT. I do like this learn thing. I might tweak some stuff with the way that it outputs some stuff. I would like it to explain a little bit more, but working through this and learning, I think is real good. And it's definitely going to help me with some of my other projects and understand exactly what it is that I am going to be doing. I might also use this to learn. Oh, by the way, sorry, it's as you can see, like almost 11 o'clock, and I am about to go to bed. But I might use this to learn some other stuff. So, you know, if you know Python and you know that this was all wrong and I was super bad at it, let me know in the comments, or let me know if this was good, if this is a good way to learn. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna learn. I mean, I like it. It's interactive. But anyways, as always, if you guys like this content, like, favorite, subscribe, comment down below. Dislike it if you dislike it. I will see you guys later. Take it easy, homies. Peace out.